Okay, today it is Saturday, June 11, 2022. It's 2:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a chat that started at 2:21 p.m. With the FanDuel coach. Has to do with bets and wagering, transfer to agent. Talked about me having to identify myself with the code, which I've done. This chat started with Mark, with a big problem that I hope you can resolve today. He said, hope all is well. I can confirm the previous case is still on hold, awaiting for our games provider to get back to us. Unfortunately, we have no way of expediting this process. Sincere apologies for any inconvenience. I then go on to say that I've received no updates for 3 days, which is true. There have been no updates. All I've received has been that the games provider, who they will not identify, and they will not give me the game provider's address, email address, phone number, CEO, nothing. I have no way of knowing who that game provider is. The other thing has been that their support disconnects chats from me for no reason, and I'm talking about the FanDuel support. I've simply made inquiries for $8,560 win, and I have not had these problems with support before like this. And now what they're doing is they get to a certain point in the conversation when they don't want to answer questions anymore, and all of a sudden I can't chat. I can't type anything in, which is the case right now, which is why I'm screen recording this. Unfortunately, we have no time frame, and I want you to read that top one there, because you're going to see that come up over and over and over. They just keep on copying and pasting that type of response about we don't have an available time frame, which is nonsense. I then said very reasonably that if it was my money, you'd do the same. I understand when things take time. The problem is, and that's fine, is that the company is ignoring me, and they've ended chats, and it's just completely unacceptable. Looking into previous conversations, shown that they've been the last to respond. Yes, they have been the last to respond. I don't disagree. You guys, what the FanDuel does is they are the last to respond, and then when you try to respond back, your chat is frozen. Then they go into, this is a typical go-to with FanDuel, where they'll start to blame the device. They start to blame the devices, they blame the Wi-Fi, they blame the connection, they blame everything else, but they are not going to accept any accountability for the situation. Okay, let's see. This needs to be looked into our game provider. Over and over and over, they just keep on coming back to that. Looking into this confirm for it now about my disconnections. And the disconnections always seem to happen whenever I ask questions that they don't want to answer. Okay, when I ask about this, the reps just ignore me, ultimately disconnect the chat. I also note I have not been hostile. I have not vented any anger. I've done nothing of the kind. And I would ask, would it be okay if your $8,000 of your money was withheld? I'm growing very tired of FanDuel blaming my devices or connections, because I am getting very, very tired of that. I can assure you that we would not ignore and disconnect the chat. I understand your frustration, but there's no way to expedite the process. And my question and very simple inquiry is, why not? Why can you not, expedite the process? I am sure if the money of someone at FanDuel was impacted, or FanDuel was losing money out of this situation, I am sure that they would be inquiring about it very quickly. All right. Okay, let's see what other things we have here. Is there anything you can look into? I said, yes, you can ask your manager why this is taking so long. I'll wait while you ask. If you are fighting for your customers, you wouldn't allow this to take 72 hours. Unfortunately, this must be reviewed by our games provider. Sincere apologies. Still no time frame. Should also be noted that FanDuel is taking wagers from customers for a faulty slots game. Hold on one second. Do not disturb up here. Okay, there we go. That we would not do such thing as we're audited regularly. The game in question is still on your site, and it is unable to be played on my end. What is the game in question so you can look into things? So I said, and in the end, they're also preventing me from placing wagers because I can't place any wagers right now because the game that's in question is not working properly. And the game is Big Prize Bubblegum Slots. That's the one where I won the $12,000, the $12,000, the $8,000. Do you have any screenshots of the error message? This is really offensive. This is a very, very offensive comment. Do I have any of the screen messages? No, I don't. I don't have the screen messages. I don't have any screen messages at all. Of course I have screen messages. I sent the screen messages to their email over and over and over. And I said, I'm not sending them again. How many times do I have to send this company the error messages? I've sent numerous error messages, the images. I have sent 3 videos. This is going to be the 4th video now, highlighting the entire situation. I've sent repeated error messages to your email. If your company is going to ignore these error messages and then ask me later, I'm not sending again. I'm not going to keep on sending over and over. How many times do you have to see the error messages? Every screenshot and video has been provided. Can assure you that there's no widespread issues in regards to this game. They also said that the last issue regarding the game was raised by my case, however. But you have a problem with the game, though. I just told you. I explained to you that there is a problem with the game, and they admit it right here. The error message says for me to contact you, meaning contact the company. That's what it says, sir. I am doing what the error message says to do. I can certainly understand. I pass your information along to the games provider. I hate when companies do this. It is so obnoxious. It is void of anything when you keep saying the same thing to a customer, as if I didn't hear you the first 17 times, over and over and over. They keep saying the same thing, but then they will follow by saying, is there anything else we can look into today? So I said, please let me know why FanDuel is allowing a faulty game to remain on your list of offerings. You're aware the game is an issue, but you've kept it up. If a slot machine is not a casino is not working, they shut it down, always, immediately. In any casino, if there's a problem with the slot machine, that slot machine does not stay in service. They wind up turning the slot machine off, or they will make it so no one can place a wager on it, and then they will conduct the necessary repairs. I don't know if there's an audit that's involved. I don't know what the situation is exactly, but I do know enough to know that the slot that's in question is out of commission. Here we go. More of the same things. Then he goes on to say they're regulated, and he wants to let me know that because they're regulated, I can assure you their customers' satisfaction and enjoyment are top priority. Okay? One has nothing to do with the other. You being audited has nothing to do with how you treat customers. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. I said, have they audited this? Unfortunately, we have no way of expediting the games provider's review. That's not my question. I said, have they audited this? Or should I let them know about it? Let me know how I can help. I'll be happy to contact them if that will expedite the process. And of course, he says, no worries. No further steps needed on your part, as we're solely awaiting a response from the games provider. We sincerely appreciate your patience in this matter. Again, unfortunately, there are 0 ways to expedite the process. Then I said, would the process it's supposed to read go quicker if the state of New Jersey looks into the matter, speed things along? Unfortunately not, as they would see the appropriate steps have been taken. Well, the appropriate steps have been taken, so the idea is now we just have to wait. It's my money. My money is being held hostage right now, but we have to just continue to wait. Please provide the information for the game provider. It's a very reasonable thing. They have IGT, they have NETENT, they have a whole bunch of different game providers. So I'm very simply asking to provide information for the game provider. That's reasonable information that any company, casino, any form of gaming site has access to. Unfortunately, they do not have a direct line for contact. Sincere apologies. That's not true. I can't stand being lied to like that. Of course they have a line to contact. I mean, what are you, contacting a computer? I said, I'm happy to contact them. I don't even need their phone number if they have one. Address and email, please, as well as the CEO. Every company has a chief executive officer. Every single company does. Certainly understand where you're coming from. The only thing we can do is wait. That's the famous answer from companies is we just have to wait. That's what we have to do. We're not going to do anything. We just have to wait. We have to wait some more, and we have to wait some more. I do not have that information. Sincere apologies. I said I am requesting not to wait. I've patiently and kindly waited for 72 hours. Unfortunately, you have to wait. Sincere apologies. Oh, I'm going to have to wait. Both companies have more than enough time. Now, you just see what happened to the screen? I didn't do anything wrong here at all. This happens over and over and over where the chat just magically disappears. Up, and there it is right there. Now I have closed chat. They've done it again. FanDuel does this over and over and over. And this is the whole reason I'm screen recording right now. Because FanDuel does this repeatedly. They constantly close the chat down when you're in the middle of asking questions. And this is exactly why I'm recording this. So I have the proof right here on the screen that the chat did occur, so they cannot say later on that it didn't happen. All right, who has the... then I ask... He says, I do not have this information available to me. That is fine. That's fine, Mark. You're just a CSR. That's okay. I said, who has it? I do not have that information available to me either. Now, that's not true. That's a lie. Okay? To say that you don't have the information, that's fine. To say that you don't know anybody who would have the information, that's not true. This is Mark trying to cover himself right now. Completely and totally not true, and they're not ethical statements. Can you provide... here it is. Chat ended from lost connection. Look at that at the very bottom. Lost connection. Look at my phone the entire time. You see the Wi-Fi right here. I will be happy to show that I've had no interruptions in my connection. My Wi-Fi is rock solid, totally strong. This happens over and over with FanDuel. They constantly will end the chat and they'll claim it was from a lost connection. Just not true. I get supervisor's name, Taishida. I am not going to be providing their full name today. So they're not even going to be transparent with a first and last name. What is that person's role and how can I contact her? Nothing. And the reason why there's nothing else here is I kept on getting the little dots that Mark was chatting, but when I tried to put something into the chat, nothing would register. So this is what's going on. This is what's happening with FanDuel. And it is wrong. It is very much not fair. I have been a loyal person and a loyal customer. I don't cause any problems. I just ask for people to simply do their jobs properly, especially when a customer needs help. And this is a classic example where I'm asking questions to a CSR who has made the decision to not get management involved and is trying to head the charge on their own. They don't know what they're talking about. They're asking me for screenshots that clearly have been provided and that FanDuel support has in their coffers. They have that information. I provided screenshots, 3 videos prior to this, and now this is the 4th video. So I am not sure what to do at this point. I am just doing what I need to do as a customer.